Okay, so what's up? This is just going to be the first documentation on YouTube. Trying out a different schedule this week. I'm going to try and make a YouTube video and cover a lot in the YouTube video and then chop it up into sections for my social media. So basically these YouTube videos are just going to be me talking about my business and the ups or some challenges that I've faced and how I've solved them and my plans for the future and just some documentation as I'm building it. So this will be documentation 1. Hopefully we like the scene, the setup. Hopefully you can see me and hear me well, but this is what we have for this week. So if you're watching, thank you so much. I appreciate it. And let's dive in. So the first thing I wanted to talk about is my creating the actual LLC or the documentation for your business or a business. So I went through my state catalog, or I went through my state's website and created an LLC for my company, Aspira Studios. It's like $100 for the state I live in. I live in Louisiana. So once I submitted that, it needed a confirmation email. I didn't see the confirmation email because it went to spam. So I got rejected the first time, but I figured out that that's what you needed to confirm the email that they send you a day later. And so I confirmed it, and then it got set up. And I thought that was all I had to do, is just set up the LLC, and then I would be good. Well, I start getting mail and like physical mail to my home address or to my parents' home, and they're saying I owe $100 something for a certain section or a certain time frame, which is a month. And then I'm like, okay, this is probably a scam. What is this? My dad owns a business and my girlfriend's dad owns a business, and they don't have to pay anything per month. So I thought it was a scam, because whenever you start a business, a bunch of companies are going to have access to that data. So they're going to try and send you stuff to get money from you. So be wary of that. But that's what I thought these were. Turns out it's from my state. The IRS, I think. Yeah, it's from my state. And they're saying you owe $100 something to the state and sales tax. So I ignored the first one, and then I got another one, and then it's a penalty because I didn't do the last one, and then I got another one, and then it's just raking up $100. So I started to get worried. I knew that it was official because it was from the IRS the second time, and then the third time I was like, okay, this is serious. But I didn't know what it was. I thought I owed money, so I paid them. I paid them $200. And then I realized I owed even more money once I paid that $200. Turns out that there are 2 types of businesses. One is a service business. The other is a sales business. When you create a sales business, your state needs to know what you sell, because you have to pay sales taxes. For a service-based business, this doesn't happen because there are no products. So be wary. If you are creating a business that creates products, then you will need to pay sales tax. And you have to file these taxes. It's depending on your state, but you will have to pay these taxes every month. Mine is every month. So the mail I was getting was what they thought I owed them because I didn't file a sales return for that month, or for any month really, because I didn't know that you had to do that. So I went to an accountant. We got all this figured out. And so now I understand that I have to file each month with my state, but also the parish that I live in. But in Louisiana, it's parishes. It might be a county if you're in the United States. And if you're in a different country, then taxes are probably going to work very different. But yeah. So I'm just sharing the knowledge that I learned from my mistake. So it turns out I figure out how to file every month for the sales taxes through my local website, for Louisiana's website, and they are refunding me the money that I sent because I have been showing I haven't made any sales. So they're refunding me the money that I sent because I haven't made any sales. So whenever I did the returns, I had to put zeros in for each month because I haven't made any. The website is not even up yet. That was some struggles that I faced. So whenever starting a business, either start the business whenever you start making sales, or just know that you're going to have to file every month or every quarter for zero sales. And if you do get something in, that's probably them saying, hey, you need to file your sales return. Next thing, I have been taking too much time on social media every day. It's been taking me around 2.5 hours to post on my personal account and my business account for both TikTok and Instagram. So I chatted it up with ChatGPT, and we came up with an idea for batch creating content. So I know I speak of ChatGPT like he's a person, but we talk all the time. Just a little sidebar. I feel like just talking about your ideas with something, and in this case, ChatGPT, someone, it helps you streamline your ideas or think a little bit more logical about what's going on inside of your head. Just getting it out there and just having someone throw back a little bit is just really good for your mind and for idea development. But anyway, so yeah, if you have something, ponder something, just talk to someone or talk to something, in this case, an AI. But so going back, ChatGPT and I came up with the idea of batching content, which is not a new idea. Everyone does it. I just never did it. I wanted to post daily, so I was like, all right, let me make a post daily. But turns out it's been taking up too much time, and I haven't been getting to what I actually want to be doing throughout the day, which is developing the business. And I felt like I've been spending too much time on creating the content. So my new structure will be batch these videos on Monday, because Monday's the only day I have off from work. We're closed on Mondays. And cut them up into sections so that I can post on my Instagram and TikTok, and schedule them using a scheduling tool that ChatGPT showed me about. I don't know which one exactly I'm going to use yet. I'm going to take little bitty sections from the video that you're watching now and post on and have them scheduled throughout the week so that I don't have to worry about them during each day. So maybe that can help you if you're trying to be consistent with posting. So that is my new plan for these weeks to come. And so next thing, and in order to keep everything scheduled and keep everything on track, I've been using Notion. It's just a weekly calendar that you get for free. And I don't pay for Notion. It's completely free. And I just schedule out my to-dos for each day. But since I have work, I would make like a generic to-do list for that day, what I wanted to get done. and then just grab all of them and move them to the days that I am off of work or have work, because I don't get my work schedule until the week of, so it changes every week. But I use Notion to plan my week. I have basically, if you're trying to accomplish a lot throughout your week, you want to plan some of the hardest things or the things that's going to take the most brain effort in the beginning. You want to, I think the phrase for it is called eat your frogs first. I learned that from a little course that I took on Coursera called Learning to Learn. And that was one of the main things, is accomplish the thing that's going to take a lot of brain power and a lot of energy first at the top of your day, because your brain is just ready to go whenever you wake up. Like this right now, I'm recording this for one of my first things that I'm doing today. I have a schedule throughout my whole day. Eat my frogs first, and then less harder tasks throughout the day, and then work out at the end of the day to relax, and then read at the end of the day. So, update on the websites. Currently, I am building 2 websites. One is called Macro Master, and it is a website for people to calculate their macros. It really was just a project for me to do so that I can learn JavaScript. But I feel like it could provide value to some people, so I'm going to turn it into a website and create some blog articles on health and fitness, because I feel like that is one problem that I have solved in my life, and maybe I can help others out there too. I have the homepage almost done, and I have the calculator done, and now I just need to make a couple more changes to the homepage and add the first article. I'll write these articles, number 1, to help others. Number 2, so that it improve the SEO on the website. SEO stands for search engine optimization. So that I can increase my chances of the website being ranked on Google when someone searches for health tips or for health or for calculating calories. So the end goal with that website is to try and make it valuable enough to put Google ads on there so that I could earn a revenue from people looking at the blog. But I honestly just built it so that I can practice and maybe share my fitness knowledge with some other people. But if it can make me some money too, that would be nice. But currently, I do want to state that I make $0 from online anything. Actually, I lied. I made $20 from my streaming services forever. Like for the past 2 years, I've made $20. But I have made 0 from any business or website that I've created. Stick with me, and hopefully that number will change in the future. I want to talk a little bit about Google Ads. If you're planning on creating a website and throwing just Google Ads on there and then trying to make revenue and then have hundreds of thousands of people look at it, it's not going to happen in a day. Probably won't happen in a couple weeks, and it probably won't happen in a month, because I learned that Google likes pages that have been there for a decent amount of time, and Google likes pages where people stay on the page a while, which means they give a ton of value. I have a lot of value I still need to put into the website for others. If you do plan on creating a website and throwing Google ads on there, Google needs to see that there's a reason why they should put Google ads on your website. For my other website that I'm creating, Aspira Studios, which is the actual business that I created through my state, It's going to be a royalty-free music library for creators and artists who want to use hip-hop beats in their songs, in their music videos, or in their podcasts, etc. I have finished most of the pages. I'm trying to connect the front end with the back end. And I am using AWS to create the back end. I just created a database on the AWS, the free version of it, I think, until it starts charging me for the amount of users or the amount of data that goes into it. And I'm using Node.js. I think it's Express as well. But I'm using JavaScript in order to connect the front end and the back end. So JavaScript, Node.js, AWS, and then my website is just being made out of vanilla HTML and CSS. I know a lot of people use React and Tailwind CSS for styling and everything, but I'm not there yet. That uses a lot more JavaScript, and I'm still working on the fundamentals of JavaScript. So I'll probably get there eventually, but for right now, I'm just using regular HTML and CSS, and I feel like I've been getting a good grasp on it, and that's just what I need. Like, it's getting the job done. So I'm using Copilot, GitHub to help me when I'm stuck and I have no idea how to create an algorithm. I like being able to talk to it's like my professor almost. But anyway, I'm just going to say he in this case. He helps me whenever I have no idea what to do. Like connecting to the database that I created on AWS, I would have no idea where to start on that. So he's walking me through how to connect the database, and that's where I'm at now. I think that's all I have for you today. Like I said, I'm going to be trying to put out these videos once a week. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. And if you want to follow me on my journey, hit the subscribe button. If you have watched this entire video, that means so much to me. It really does. It's honestly crazy that I can help someone that I don't even know through the power of the internet. The power of the internet is a whole nother subject that we can get into, but man, it really means a lot that if you've watched this entire video, hopefully I have provided some value by giving you an insight on my challenges. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in a week.